Rahal took a peek into turn 1. It may cost him down into turn 3. Whoa, and he can't get it done as Scott Dixon tried to go underneath him.
That was Tom really just being a little bit too greedy on the first couple of laps of your 300-lap race.
No. And Will Power has slammed the wall coming out of turn number 4. So Will Power, who in his last 4 ovals has finished 13th twice, 14th and 9th his last time out at Iowa, is going to be at the very end of this field today. Let's go back and see if we can see what happened to Will.
Remember, just off the restart, the low side. That is the weirdest thing I've ever seen. Looked like the car just started to snap out on him. I don't think he was really happy with the car, because you can see how much he got off the gas going into the turn, and the 3 car of Helio Castroneves was able to go around the high side.
There's a little bit of debris that I straddled that came off the car in front of me.
Tire pressures right now are exactly what they should be. Just for a warning, Will Power unhinged the car by going under the white line on the exit of 4. That's what happened to him. So remember, you got to stay above that white line, okay?
I had understeer, so I'm coming back on my adjustments right now for the next start. But
well, you see, while that radio was going on, that A.J. Foyt IV has hit the wall in turn number 2, bringing out our 3rd caution. And a lot of damage to the Vision Racing number 2.
It's very unfortunate because he just started to run a lot better. Remember Indianapolis, he went through a spell there where they just didn't seem to do anything right. He was very frustrated. In his last couple of races, he started to really come on strong. And last weekend, as you see his teammate car right there of Ed Carpenter, looks like he's obviously hit something in the toe-in on the front. Is completely off on that. So I'm not sure if this is related to the A.J. Foyt machine, if they both contacted each other, or if that's just a result of trying to avoid something that happened in front of them. So we'll see if we can find that out for you.
Let's go back and take a look. Oh, contact with John Andretti is what happened to the 2 car.
Yeah, a little aggressive on A.J. Foyt IV.
And I saw the 20 car. It looked like he hit debris. Take a look on board with the 2.
So he just ends up getting on the left rear. That's high to make that high line work. Just probably coming down and encroaching a little bit, and ended up getting into the wheel of John Andretti's car, as you can see from the front of it. He's right along with Danica right now.
Take a look, see if we can see what happened to the 20 car. Watch for the bright yellow.
Oh, there we go. A big piece of debris
right
coming off, which is the rear attenuator from the back of A.J. Foyt IV's car, comes over and hits his teammate's car.
Vince?
Marty, Jamie Kamara likes his race car. No changes have been made. He has been to this racetrack before. In 07, he tested here with Andretti Green Racing, but this is his first start in a race at Richmond International Raceway. He said he likes this track because a driver can make a bigger difference here, and what a difference he's made today.
And we've got a spinning car again and a crash right as we go back to green flag racing, and it is Buddy Rice, who had such a promising weekend going. And Rice, who was in the top 10, in fact, he was running 9th, and there's Bruno Junqueira, as he was also involved. Remember, they destroyed a car last weekend, and Ryan Briscoe involved. So 3 cars in this melee on the restart, and we're now up to our 5th caution.
You know, this always amazes me because we're lap 80, 81 of 300. And you have to get to the end if you're going to have any shot at being up towards the front to collect points or win the race. So
they all stopped right in front of you there.
It's a case where one mistake just leads to other situations on the racetrack. That's a dirt tracker there.
Yeah. I don't even think that would work well on the dirt, quite frankly, but tough break for Buddy. Let's go back and see if we can see what happened.
Everybody's on the backstretch, getting into the turn. There you go, right there. There's the accordion effect, somebody accelerating, somebody slowing down, which is absolutely not possible to do on a start. As soon as somebody starts to slow down going into the turn, and that usually is like a situation from somebody up front accelerating and slowing down, accelerating, slowing down. When you come to a restart, you absolutely have to be on pace with what the leader does. And this is probably just an accordion effect for somebody up front that did something and somebody had to slow it back up. And see, we're onto the front stretch here, and it's already just started to happen.
Well, that was Buddy's incident, and then the rest of it happens a little bit further back when they start checking up. from the flag stand this time.
Well,
Watch further back.
You've got two incidents.
Yeah.
Buddy's doing his own thing in the front, and that accident in the back is happening separately.
On board with Hideki Muto. He sees Buddy. He checks up. Everything happens behind. Here's Scott Dixon's look. Here on lap 91 is in front of Danica Patrick. Tony Kanaan is third. Elio Castroneves is fourth. Marco Andretti is fifth. Now, it has been 56 laps since those top two cars have pitted, but they could go quite a bit more as we're back to green flag racing. And here comes Kanaan underneath Danica. Oh, 3 wide. This can't work. Oh, hang on. Wow. Somehow, I think Castroneves did the right thing. And oh no, another crash. We've got Vitor Meira into the wall in turn number 2, and also John Andretti involved.
Jay Howard, who was the driver that was hired earlier in the year to drive that car, they put John Andretti in so he has the opportunity to help the team build a car that was going to be faster for them, because John has experience in Indy cars. Jay Howard was a rookie, not so much experience, but I think it's worked out well for John Andretti and the Roth Racing team because they have improved their car. Now, let's see this restart. As it all starts to unfold, you see everybody rushing into turn 1 on this restart. And watch Elio Castroneves go on the high side around Danica Patrick and also Tony Kanaan on the low side. Now, Elio gets out of the gas, knows that he's going to run out of real estate, and the accident that we just saw has happened behind us going into the turn. Now, you can see John Andretti getting underneath Vitor Meira. Vitor looks like he was slowing up. John Andretti carried too much speed into the turn, ended up catching into the back of the 4 Delphi machine National Guard car of Vitor Meira.
Third place is Tony Kanaan, and you've seen Kanaan try to take a peek a time or two underneath Jamie Kamara to no avail. But right now, Kanaan is content to run where he is. He knows that track position is critical here, and when it really comes down to it, I think he also believes that he's a man that can get by Jamie Kamara when necessary. Jack?
And Elio Castroneves, fellow Brazilian, and there is a yellow in turn 4, guys. Oh, Graham Rahal.
Yes, unfortunately, Graham Rahal, who was running in the top 10, has crashed and turn 4 and has brought out our 8th caution, just one shy of our record here at Richmond International Raceway. And there is his dad, Bobby Rahal, and you can see he just shakes his head.
Now, that's a single car situation, just possibly carrying some too much speed going into the turn, or back into the car is just a little bit loose. You can see here from looking forward from Hideki Muto's car, the back end just starts to come around on the car in front, which is driven by Graham Rahal. The car could have just been a little bit loose. That means when the back end wants to slide out from underneath you. The car is fast that way, Marty, but you really have to hang on to it.
Elio Castroneves, one of the cars that pitted, and he made a major wing adjustment on the car. The previous stop before that, they changed the right side air pressures. Why? They want to be able to run more to the outside. That's exactly what he's doing with the Team Penske car. Now he makes a liar out of me, going to the inside, guys.
And we've got another yellow as another crash as Ryan Hunter-Reay and Mario Marias are involved. Another pair of our first-timers here at Richmond International Raceway. We are just 5 laps from halfway, and now we are at 8 cautions. A lot of damage on both these cars, and remember, we turn right around and have to go right to Watkins Glen next week, as we are in a stretch of 6 straight races. So Bobby Rahal has had a bad night all the way around. His son crashes out for caution number 7. And his driver, Ryan Hunter-Reay, crashes out for caution number 8.
You know, Ryan Hunter-Reay had such a strong car when they were here. Remember, he was the first one out for qualifying yesterday. They had a problem with the paddle shifters. They could not get the car into gear. So unfortunately, they get a chance to qualify. Now the 19, Marias, is on the bottom side. They both are looking for the same piece of real estate, much like we saw earlier on with AJ Foyt the fourth, trying to come down to try to get the car low enough so he's not going to have the car go up towards the wall. Danica Patrick and Hideki Muto both seem like they have picked up the pace once they heard that the leaders were behind them. They all seem to be running about the same pace right now, about 147.5 to 148 miles an hour.
Well, those two, we've got yellow on the racetrack. Our record-tying 9th yellow as there is Jamie Kamara into the wall. So what was a great night going, he was running third, all of a sudden is into the wall right here just past the finish line. So a tough way to end what was a very promising night for the rookie from Conquest Racing, and he is just dejected. And can you blame him?
He's done a lot for his career tonight, showing that he can run up front and run the leader's speed. As you see now, we'll watch coming out of turns 3 and 4. The back end just gets loose from him, and that seems to be about identical type of crash his teammate did in practice yesterday. The car just got loose in the same spot, went up and rubbed against the wall in the very same fashion.
Remember, he started 24th, got all the way up to the race lead. In fact, he led a total of 44 laps. The first time he had ever led an IndyCar event, was running third when he lost it coming out of 4. But he's not been alone in that department, as you pointed out, Scott. Pit lane is open. Now what happens? Remember, Marco Andretti